It's really important to take the placement of the block in the quilt into account because that will really determine how I'm going to quilt it. So if my 9 patch is arranged so that it creates some kind of diagonal effect, like an Irish chain or some kind of grid, I'm going to use designs that help highlight that. So we're going to combine a little bit of the continuous curve, a little bit of the straight line quilting, and we're going to work through the block from one corner to the next. To help give this design a diagonal look, I'm going to start from one corner and end at the opposite corner. The dot dot quilting design will do just that. To move on to the next block, I'm going to quilt a line across to the other corner. If you don't want to do straight lines or you don't have your ruler handy, you could do the same thing with curved lines. To get to the other side, I think I'll quilt a swirl in the center and have it extend to the opposite corner. It may look totally different, but the result is still the same. I'm able to quilt from one side to the next. I'm going to do the same thing in the next corner, and I'll have part of my block finished. But once I have that diagonal line of squares quilted, I can start building off the next side. I think this time what I'll do is the same diamond design, except I'm only going to do half of the block. Okay, this next part is totally optional. I'm going to go ahead and stitch in the ditch and go back to my starting point. You definitely don't have to do that, but I can't help it. It's really hard for me to leave a seam unstitched. Now that I'm finished with that, I'm going to keep building off of this design. But I think I'm going to incorporate a little continuous curve into that space that's left over. It's really going to help pull everything together. Now yes, this is the same continuous curve we've just seen, but it just goes to show you that you can use it in a lot of different areas. The ends on the opposite side that I started from so that I can quickly work my way along a row of blocks. You can start to see how that diagonal effect is starting to happen. Now I have one last corner block to quilt. I'm going to quilt a straight line from one corner to the next and do that same continuous curve, except it's going to face the opposite direction. I can choose wherever I want that home base to be, where all the curves come together. It's going to give it a slightly different look and still help get me where I need to go on the block. I have just one little bit left to quilt. What I'm going to do is just some wishbone. Now that I have half of the block finished, I'm going to keep it symmetrical by doing the same thing on the other side. This isn't a hard, fast rule. I could quilt it differently, but for right now, to help pull the block together, I'm going to quilt it all the same. What's great about the continuous curve design is if you're worried that your curves aren't going to be perfect, throw more curves into it. Keep adding more and more curves until all you see is the overall effect. It's kind of hard to see a mistake when you have other mistakes all around it. You can really change it up and give it your own flair. You can come up with a lot of different options, which makes it a truly versatile way to quilt your quilts. And once I'm finished with the block, I have a design that really helps draw your eye in a direction, and in this case, a diagonal direction.